light falls on quiet sand. You almost leaned in. Shadows move into skin. Something unspoken. We'll always have that one night. Come morning light, we'll always have that sunrise. We'll always have that sunrise. Daybreak, shadows fade. You step back, I step away. Nothing's broken, nothing new. curtains sway gently by the window, and you're sleeping. Tender wind dancing on my skin makes me stay in bed a little longer to hear you breathing. Long for those quiet days when the hours drift away. Petals fall on the window pane as the clouds above float away.
いただきます。